fan fest. Buckle up, because things are about to get weird. Really weird. Nerds, thousands of them, make an annual pilgrimage to Reykjavik to celebrate EVE Online, a massive multiplayer online game that takes place in outer space. For 3 days, the gamers come together, dress up like their favorite characters, shop from an endless supply of swag.
We should buy one of these.
And get a sneak peek of what's on the horizon. There's also a massive live tournament to decide who will become one of the main rulers of the EVE universe.
We shall coronate our new leader, and the losers shall ritually sacrifice themselves.
It's not going to last for much longer here.
Trading blow for blow here in the final match.
The captain goes down.
And the winners are Tess Merkel!
Walk the halls here, and you'll quickly find yourself face to face with a wide variety of geek species. How many hours would you play a day?
I'm logged into EVE probably 6 hours a day, 7 days a week if I don't have other plans.
We're logging in at least 2 or 3 times a week and joining fleets and killing people.
It never stops, and if you miss a day, then you're going to have to make it up the next day.
Some people who are the nicest people you've ever met are ruthless like thugs and bandits.
At its most basic level, EVE Online is a war game set in space. People build their characters from scratch, hop in ships like this, band together by the thousands to form armies, and fight battles that can take months, even years. EVE got its start back in 2003, and today, it's evolved into a vast universe, nearly as rich and complex as the real world, with a completely developed political system and social hierarchy. There's a complex economy, too, based on billions of transactions and lots of manual labor.
All the ships, all the ammunition, all the parts, all the pieces that go onto your ship, the drones, the guns, all of that was built by someone. And since there's a lot of things in EVE, it's huge.
Before players can zoom off to battle, they must spend weeks mining materials to build ships and weapons. This Titan is one of the largest class ships. It can take 6 weeks to make and is over 8.5 miles long. Coalitions spend years obtaining their space gear, and they can lose it all with one bad decision.
What's the lowest feeling you've ever had?
The lowest feeling I've ever had was losing my own Titan. There's nothing like losing about 6,000 real-world dollars in virtual equipment, in the blink of an eye.
Most games of this type split people up into groups of a couple thousand players and give everyone missions to accomplish. Not EVE. From the outset, it's been a game where all of the players inhabit a single universe, and they collectively decide how the game should be played. This makes EVE a never-ending story, a spectacular communal experience.
So all 400,000 some odd people who play this game, we are playing together. You get to know the same people, and we have space celebrities, we have space politicians, and people know who they are.
If you're a hero or a villain in EVE, 500,000 people know your name, know your reputation, and will either try to take you down or follow you, as a result of that.
I got hostiles inbound. What's your status?
Lots of games offer people an escape, but none more so than EVE. The placid become great warriors, the shy turn into socialites. EVE is about becoming something bigger, or at least different than what you are in real life.
There will be consequences.
Hi. Hi. My name's Charles White. I play Max Singularity on EVE Online, and The creature I am wearing is an in-game item.
Okay.
And it's called a Feto.
Okay. What's your role in the game?
Well, because I'm an older guy, I just started giving advice on the comms, and the players promoted me to the position of Pope of EVE Online, so I became the Space Pope. I give blessings. I've done 2 weddings, real-world weddings. I've blessed like 6 babies already.
Our chain of command often goes the way that I believe most do. You will have
Wolfpack 10 works as a mechanic by day, but when he logs on, he becomes a fleet commander with hundreds of obedient soldiers ready to follow his orders.
I've personally led a little over 700. Some people have led thousands.
Do you feel like you have 2 lives?
I don't feel like I have 2 lives. I feel like I have one life that is very complicated. I try not to separate what I do in EVE from reality because it has an impact, and at the same time I try not to let EVE become so real that I give up things in, you know, my regular day job and my life and seeing my real world friends for a game.
It's easy to write off EVE players as obsessive online gaming nerds. Really easy. But that would do a disservice to the depth of the game and FanFest experience.
The bonds that are made and generated, they become members of kind of like an extended family.
I've been here 4 times, and we see the same guys, and you're like, it's your buddy now, because you've been flying with him for years and coming here.
Honestly, anytime that I get to go out and just hang out with my nerd brethren, it's been pretty fun.
Do you think you'll play EVE for the rest of your life?
Probably. I don't ever imagine not playing EVE.
So there's enough in this game to keep you interested?
There are so many things I don't know at this point. Like if you ask me about wormhole space, I have no idea how it works. I know they exist, I know I can go through wormholes, but I never lived in there. I've never even seen what you can do in there. There's so much to EVE, such a big world to be a part of.
When you're done spending a day hanging out with your fellow space warlords, there's only one thing left to do. Pub crawl.
This is a tradition at FanFest. It starts at 9 o'clock, ends at 5. We'll see if I make it.
Watching these gamers party with each other is something I'll never forget. But there's something so human and endearing about seeing people in their element, feeling free to express themselves. And damn it, it's hard not to join in. Coming up, I'll meet the people who concocted this amazing universe.
In a strange, twisted way, it's a utopian perfect world.
And find out what they plan to do with humans next.